Welcome to the Jungle, baby, and welcome to this episode of the Weekly Roar. It's where we focus on food, art, and culture all around South Florida. Today's experience is a unique one, and there's only one word that will sum it up, and that word is Esotico. Check out some of the freshest flavors, food, and culture in Miami. Hi, I'm Nick Tiger Quay here at Esotico in the Miami Arts District with...
On the go with Gio.
And we have some amazing cocktails here. It's a Hawaiian-tropical-inspired restaurant. One of my favorite things. What are you drinking, Gio?
Well, aloha to everyone, and I'm really excited to be here. I've been listening to grand reviews of this place, so starting off with these very fantastic cocktails.
So you have a tequila-based drink.
Yes, it's called El Tequilero, and if you know me, I like tequila.
Tequila. And I'm drinking a gin-based cocktail that's infused with ginger and some tropical fruits. Let's go ahead and give these a try and see what you think.
Let's do it.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers.
Very good. Okay, now I'm going to get some close-ups of you guys.
Really nice. Very fresh, subtle alcohol flavors.
Is there passion fruit in there too?
There's some passion fruit. There's also some mezcal. There's El Jimador tequila. So it's nice, and I already feel like I'm somewhere else.
There you go. Mine's delicious too. It's got a nice little hint of ginger. I wish it was a little bit more gingery, honestly. But it's some coconut, some pineapple, and some gin as well. So excited to see what the appetizers look like.
It does look like, almost like the presentation did look like you're having something from Saturn.
It does. Oh, that's right. It's called a Saturn. Wow, Gio, this first course looks so amazing. What are you having?
So I always love trying vegetable spring rolls. It's like my go-to, so I need it.
And I'm having something off the menu. It's a seared tofu dish. It looks amazing.
Oh my God.
It looks like it has.
There's zombies here!
Oh my God, there's zombies here. Zombies, say hi to the camera. Ah!
Full of surprises.
You never know what's going to happen when you're in Miami. So I'm having an off-the-menu tofu dish, and it looks like it's got some crispy onions on top, and it's seared in citrus and sesame. And I'm also drinking a 12-year-old rum from Guyana called El Dorado. The owner graciously brought us the bottle so we could taste it. You want to talk about your spring rolls?
It was all for me.
Well, partially for you.
So I haven't tried them yet. They look like they have the perfect crunch. So
It looks pretty crispy. I'm going to try the rum. Go
okay.
For it. Grab one.
Cheers. You know, half portion,
Ooh,
just
like a sweet
perfect little bite size.
What do you think? Nice, crispy, crunchy?
Perfect.
For me, it's nice and golden brown. Has a beautiful crispy crunch. Soft on the inside. Lots of shredded cabbage, carrots, some onion. And the sauce is pretty light too. I like it. Want to try the tofu?
Absolutely.
I'm gonna have them cut this anyway.
Absolutely.
So I'll serve you this way here.
Okay, amazing.
You want half, or how much do you want?
Yeah, just like just a small, a piece is fine.
Oh my God.
Thank you. That looks great. Actually, that sauce is looking pretty amazing, I have to say.
How do we get the sauce in there? We need a spoon. Here, hold on. Okay, so
Bon
now
appetit. Or what do they say in Hawaii? I don't know.
you just kind of say aloha to everything. I don't know.
Aloha.
All right, so now we're going to try this seared tofu dish. It's not on the menu, but I did tell the chef and the owner that I'm flexitarian. What I mean by that is I'm vegan as much as I can be. I do eat seafood once in a while. And special dish.
I haven't heard that term before.
You never heard about flexitarian?
This is good.
I might have made it up.
I think you did.
It might be a new thing.
Nick Tiger Quay said it first.
So let's get into the tofu here. So it's seared in citrus, ginger, black and white sesame seeds. So very Hawaiian style seasoning with some scallion greens.
Really lovely.
Wow. Seared on the outside, nice and crispy. Has a really nice crust with the sesame and the ginger. But it's so fluffy on the inside. So that, there's different types of tofu. A lot of people would use the firm tofu. This is like light. It's not quite the silky, but it's like a almost silky, like a light silky tofu. So to get this kind of crust and texture, it's a very delicate item. It takes a lot of finesse. You have to be very careful with the pan or the entire thing, and it turns into crumbles.
I mean, I've never been a huge on tofu, and this is delicious. So
I think for me, it's a very textural thing, and the flavor from the ginger sauce with the scallion of the onion is perfect. Now we're gonna try the salmon poking. It's a Hawaiian favorite. It's a marinated salmon with a little bit of ponzu and sesame oil, with some wakame, which is a seaweed salad on top, over a bowl of rice, with some, almost like a guacamole. It's a Hawaiian-style guacamole on top with sesame seeds.
Nice, beautiful.
You ever had a real authentic poke before?
I don't know.
You don't know. So I'm gonna tell you a quick story.
Okay, tell me.
The best poke I've ever had in my life.
Thank you.
Was in Oahu, which is an island in Hawaii.
Thank you.
And I was in a place called Old Haleiwa Town. It's an old historical town in the North Shore, which is actually kind of in the south side of the island, but they call it the North Shore. And I'm in the North Shore, Hawaii, which is outside of Waikiki about an hour. And it's this little coffee shop in Haleiwa Town. And the poke was so amazing. It was this big, beautiful bowl. It had wakame, it had pineapple, it had mango. It blew my mind so much that I went back there 3 times in the 1 week. 3 times in the 1 week that I was there. So
3 times.
That's a lot to stand up to. So now
see.
we're gonna try the.
Okay, so I'm gonna let you go first,
go first, okay.
because I think that you have that professional experience with a poke bowl, with a true.
And it's
poke
over
bowl.
Hawaiian-style rice. So the Hawaiian-style rice, they put a little bit of sugar in when they cook it, and it's made kind of like Japanese sushi rice, but a little bit different because they put a little bit of vinegar and sugar in the cooking process.
Nice.
So that's what gives it that more sticky texture.
Ah. While Nick tries out our poke,
There we go.
I am having a paloma, classic paloma, a mezcal paloma this time around, and I don't know, I like the size of this. What do you think?
It looks fantastic to me. If you guys haven't had a paloma, it's a great refreshing drink, good for Sunday, good for brunch, good for pretty much any time of the day.
Yeah,
Love it.
I'd say.
What do you think of the poke?
I haven't tried it yet. I wanted to see what you said. It looks amazing.
There's a crunch in there too. Oh, you know what it is? It's crunchy. It's crunchy onion. So it has crunchy onion in there too. It's a deep fried onion. It's a flash fry to give it a crunch and a texture.
Very nice.
What do you think?
Super fresh.
It's pretty good for Miami. You know, I've had quite a few pokés here. When I came back from Hawaii last year, I looked everywhere for a good poke. This might be the best one that I've had so far.
Wow, impressive.
In Miami. It's really good. The way I make it at home, so what they did here is they put an avocado mash on top, which is great. It makes it easy. So if the avocado's not the freshest, you put a little bit of lime juice and you can season it up. They put sesame oil in it when they mash it up to give it a little bit more texture. But I like it. The rice is cooked very well. It's not complicated, but most people don't know how to cook the Hawaiian rice the right way. Chef did this one right.
Alrighty then.
Mahalo to the chef and the owner for putting out this amazing food. They made us a special vegan fried rice cooked in a roasted pineapple shell. And they also
Gorgeous.
brought us out Octopus Hot Dog. What? Yes, what did I just say?
This is wild. Octopus
Octopus
hot dog.
I'm gonna cut this. Why don't you take a bite of that?
I
or
mean,
you
just
tell me-
a presentation alone is breathtaking. I love this served on a pineapple and just like it's gorgeous.
The hospitality
It's just
here, I gotta
spin.
say, from, you want the crispy little end or the big end? Well, it's a
big
personal
end.
preference. Okay, there you go. I knew you were gonna say that. I'll take the little crispy end. The hospitality is absolutely amazing.
Yeah, it's
From the
been
bar
really-
staff to the server, it's absolutely amazing.
So nice.
I already got my fingers dirty, so I'm just
Everything.
gonna dig them with my hands.
Go for it.
So you get a bite of that, and I'll move the
Okay.
vegan fried rice over here for us to taste next. Some have tiki themes, some have LED lights. It's a great atmosphere, and there's these glass walls, like you would see the floaties back in the day, probably in the 16, 17, 1800s.
Yeah.
The glass globes that would float the markers out in the ocean.
Yeah.
They have them all hanging from the ceiling with lights behind them. Oh my
A
God.
pirate's life for me.
Yes, there you go. Har har. Give that thing a bite and see what
Okay, for sure.
Unbelievable. If you can see what this looks like, it's either slow cooked or sous vide, which is also a slow cooking method. But it's definitely slow cooked and then finished in a char grill, right? Is that what it tastes like? So let me give you some of this fried rice here. This is a full bowl. I mean, you get this vegan fried rice. This is enough to share. I don't know. I would venture to say 4 people or 6 people if you just want to eat a little bit. 2 people if you really want to eat a full fried rice dinner. I'm so excited. What's the octopus taste like?
I've never tasted an octopus like this before.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh, my turn. Really? Okay. Here we go. Oh, wow. Octopus is actually one of my specialties. You've had it with me
I
at
have.
Prohibition.
I've seen you watch make it.
Yeah. Also, we have gone, Gio and I, and looked for the best octopus in Miami for a client of mine that was coming in from New Jersey. Prohibition in over in Midtown was my number one there because they use a white bean paste as a sauce. The flavor on this is phenomenal.
This is amazing.
It has cilantro, scallions.
Amazing.
It's like, and it's not a regular spicy aioli.
And it's and I was even going to mention the sauce. The aioli sauce is I want to know what it is. I want to find out more.
So the chef made a special sauce for us. I have some allergies. One of them happens to be cucumber and tomato. So their regular sauce here does have cucumbers in it. And I think it has a tomato paste. So the chef made a special aioli for us.
Delicious.
Hawaiian style spicy aioli. But the citrus notes on the octopus are amazing for me. It tastes like they slow cooked it, marinated, and then grilled it. And then topped it again with that, along with some kind of like a ginger scallion sauce.
I don't think I want a regular hot dog. Okay.
Best hot dog I ever had.
Best hot dog.
How's the fried rice?
Okay, let's go. Let's
I'm
go.
gonna stay on this. It's so delicious.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Guys.
definitely go back and forth, but
Come down, tell them Tiger and Gio sent you. Just do yourself a favor and order the Octopus Hot Dog. Nothing like this in Miami.
the flavors on the vegan fried rice are just
And the fried rice, yeah.
wow. Definitely has a twist. And
it
I'm
like a
gonna see
citrus twist?
I'm gonna see what you, being the chef,
Well,
think of that twist. What is it exactly?
it has some dried pineapple in there too. And oh, tofu. So the texture, okay. So it's a crispy fried tofu, little tiny diced crispy fried tofu. It has some caramelized onions in there.
There's
Which is
still
fantastic.
a flavor profile that I can't completely like get my taste buds on, but I'm really enjoying it.
I think it's got some, a little bit of probably pan roasted coconut and maybe a little bit of yuzu on the end. I'm gonna have to ask the chef, but yuzu is a Japanese citrus and it's used all through Japan in different regions, and they also use it in Hawaii to finish some dishes. I've actually made a whiskey yuzu highball before, which is a really nice cocktail.
That'll be on the next show.
Yeah, that'll be on the next show. Actually, that will be on the next show because we're gonna do it at Yakusan.
Right. Definitely very unique, lovely presentation.
Yeah.
Atmosphere is great.
And for a vegan dish, it's still pretty light, even though it is a fried rice. Everything's done very crispy. They crisp up all the vegetables first, and it almost tastes like if they crisped them, took the vegetables out, put the rice in to really fry it to give it this extra crispy texture, and then they'll mix the vegetables back in. That's the way that I cook and a lot of chefs cook. It's so we can ensure the perfect amount of sear on all the vegetables without overcooking it, and then you still get the rice really crispy as well.
Delightful.
And it's a little bit different not having the egg in there, but man, the crisp and the crunch and the texture and the flavor combination is amazing. What an amazing experience, Esotico in Miami here. We're here with Daniele, the owner, with his rum, Alamea.
Exactly.
Daniele, what an amazing experience.
I've had
you.
a great time.
The food, the service, the ambiance, you have
Thank you.
literally blown our minds.
Thank
And we've been
you.
in Miami for over 20 years, each of us. Nothing quite like this. Tell us about your rum and about your inspiration here to open Esotico in Miami.
Oh well, we need a few days for this. I'm going to long story short. Let's say all my life, I always see like my profession as a bartender, was like a bar owner or restaurant owner. I always like the tropical side of it. And I'm from Italy originally, so it's very weird for some people that see an Italian guy go all the way like this kind of tiki, tropical.
Excellent. All of those combined, we'll figure it out.
We always have a lot of fun together.
Yeah. All
Okay,
the time.
so now what Daniele just did for us, he was saying that his favorite way to drink their spiced rum that he created is in ice cube made with coconut water, fresh coconut water. So while we're waiting on the coconut water to melt a little bit into the cocktail, what was your favorite dish?
I have
Do
to
you have
say
one?
that I was wild about the octopus hot dog.
That was my favorite too. Well, why?
It was just like the octopus felt perfectly prepared, and it was just
Yeah.
such a different concept I've never seen before. It was very unique.
It was, yeah, and I think the mix of flavors on the hot dog bun, because a lot of people, they serve octopus very delicately. And what I like, so, you know, the chef came out and talked to us for a few minutes. I would have sous vide it. You put it in a vacuum seal bag and you cook it at a certain temperature for probably, I would have cooked it for 12 hours. He cooked it for 2 hours in a pressurized steam machine at I think 220 degrees, which is actually perfect. And then what he did is, to get it crispy, he flash fried it first for probably like 30 to 45 seconds to get a little bit of crisp. And then he finishes it in a cast iron pan and he sauces it. And the sauce mix is really the secret where the flavor comes from. And then after that, he puts it inside the lightly toasted bun, very good homemade bun. And then I think he did a homemade spicy mayo for us.
Yes.
And it had, what
Touch of honey.
I think it had like, it had honey. It had honey, sriracha, but the heat came from the togarashi. Togarashi is a traditional Japanese spice blend. It has orange zest, lemon zest, yellow, black and white sesame seed, and a little bit of Japanese chili. So he let the heat come from that, because sriracha is pretty acidic sometimes. That's the Japanese, I call it ketchup, but it's not ketchup at all. It's the Japanese hot sauce that's ground up with garlic and onion and you know, fish heads and stuff like that. But the flavor is good. Anyway, the flavor was so amazing and it played well on each other. The fried rice was pretty good.
The fried rice, the presentation, even its unique flavors with turmeric and
It had turmeric, ginger, a little bit of curry powder.
a little bit of curry.
a lot
it
of
just
scallion
brought
whites.
out like a whole different vibe.
Yeah.
Sitting in the half pineapple, it was just so
It was awesome.
overall great presentation, great flavors,
It really was, it really was.
and
So,
great company.
yeah, great company. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, Danielle, for having us here tonight.
Yeah, mahalo Daniele, and mahalo to you guys for watching it all. And I'm gonna go ahead and taste his Alameo rum here and see what it tastes like with the coconut. Totally different. So come check out
Checking out.
Esotico in the Arts and Entertainment District in Miami. It's minutes away from downtown, minutes away from Edgewater, just down the street from Wynwood and Midtown Miami as well. It's
So much fun.
definitely a hidden gem, and we're gonna be back really soon.
Oh yeah, I want to try some more.
Mahalo, guys. See you here. Bye.
Hakuna Matata. What a wonderful phrase. Hakuna Matata. With Nick, you sell your place. It means no worries. Plus, you will get paid. It's a problem-free transaction history. Hakuna Matata.